Marcellus, I'm going to start with you. Should the Lakers be worried about Anthony Davis at all?
Yeah, they should be worried. It's happening. And it's sad to see because this guy is unguardable. Like, outside of a healthy Kevin Durant, who's obviously not healthy right now, AD, good Lord. Just the physics of AD is just too much. The guy was a guard and had a growth spurt and became whatever you want to call him, almost 7 feet and could do everything. The problem is this. AD is turning into, oh, damn, here they go again. Playing with LeBron James, we know what happens. Let me just give you the Play-Doh version of LeBron James and whoever plays with him, especially when it comes down to the fourth quarter. And this is the problem with AD. Whether you want to call it a fatigue issue or just got a play-by-scheme issue, in the fourth quarter, LeBron's going to take over, and he's going to hit his long fadeaway two or his three-pointer, or he's going to bulldoze the lane. We know it. But the thing is, LeBron needs clearance. And when he gets his FAA clearance, guess where it puts AD a lot of times? In positions he doesn't want to be in, and usually positions that he's not in for the first three quarters. So it's happened against the Clippers, the team that we all know inevitably they have to beat to get to the championship. 2 points, 2 points, 4 points, 2 points, no points. In the fourth quarters, that's what's happening to AD. He's getting put in compromised positions. In this one game, this one-off, he wasn't shooting well. Then obviously he got to the line a bunch, but it still doesn't really gloss over the greater issue. Playing with LeBron puts even the greatest players in uncomfortable positions.
I just can't get over Clippers fan Marcellus Wiley expressing disappointment and sadness that Anthony Davis isn't coming through for the
I want to
Lakers.
beat him at full strength, not this compromised version. Come on.
Look, here's the reality. Anthony Davis, they should only be worried about Anthony Davis. If they were expecting things from Anthony Davis, then Anthony Davis has not done, which is lead a team to a championship. This is all about LeBron James, and it's always going to be about LeBron James. I was actually stunned to look at some of the numbers. I'm not always a statistics analytics guy, but sometimes they jump out at you and they say things that you can't ignore. AD's numbers between wins and losses with the Lakers are virtually indistinguishable. Has nothing to do with what he produces. On the other hand, LeBron James, his numbers, when he scores and he scores efficiently from the floor, from free throws and the three-point arc, is alarming the difference. And so it goes to the point. Meanwhile, his rebounding and his assists, pretty much the same. Bottom line is, when LeBron James is scoring and scoring efficiently, the Lakers win. That is their formula for success. So if I'm the Lakers, I'd be worried because I am relying on a 35-year-old to be, if not my best defender, my second best defender, and my closer through this shutdown and this bubble where they're going to be playing a multitude of games in a very short period of time. But AD is who AD is and has always been. So the idea that he's somehow letting them down would suggest that they had unrealistic expectations for him.
Well, you do have those kind of expectations, Rick, when you bring him into L.A. That's the goal. That's the hope, is that, maybe he will change his spots.
Right.
This is why the Lakers should be worried. Because to your point, Slick, this isn't the same LeBron of 2007 that's going to score his team's final 25 points and lead them to a chip. LeBron just doesn't have that kind of juice in the tank. So if I'm AD, you have to realize you got to show up with that kind of dog. Think about LeBron and AD. When they combine for 60 points, the Lakers are 12-1. When they don't, it's a far stretch from a good record. So AD has to realize, yes, this is LeBron's team, but AD can't go ghost in the fourth quarter. Marcellus already gave you his stats in the fourth quarter against the Clippers, but that's not an outlier. AD in the first quarter, 8.2 points a game. Second, 5.1. Third, 8.9. But then the fourth quarter comes around and AD only averages 4.9 points a game. You can't just go out there making one field goal attempt in the fourth quarter when your team needs you. Like, AD's a bona fide superstar. Bona fide superstars do bona fide superstar things. But most importantly, big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. AD's a big-time player. He has to do big-time things all the time, not just every now and then.
Woo!
Okay, hold on a second. I'm going to push back on this idea that he's a bona fide superstar.
How?
Because when has he made those big plays? especially if we're talking postseason. When has he ever led a team? He had 7 seasons in New Orleans. They lucked into the 8th spot one year when the Oklahoma City Thunder were all dinged up and injured, and they won the tiebreaker. They then went to the second round when Rajon Rondo and Drew Holiday outplayed C.J. McCollum and Damian Lillard, and AD put up great numbers against Yusuf Nurkic. But I haven't seen that kind of performance from AD on a consistent basis. And now, to your point, we're talking about doing it in LA. We're talking about this is not just good getting to the playoffs, not getting to the second round. You're supposed to win a championship with and for LeBron James. If you're expecting AD to deliver that, then you have to be saying he's never done it before, but he's going to do it now. And at this point in his career, I'm not buying that a guy is suddenly going to do something that I didn't see him do in the previous 7 seasons.
Oh, Slick Rick, you just won me over. Skilled big men playing with LeBron that didn't have tremendous success as a number 1 elsewhere before. Chris Bosh, they were struggling in Toronto in the playoffs, even though Chris Bosh was the number 1. Kevin Love, then he plays with LeBron. Now AD. Did any of those guys before AD play better with LeBron or worse? Here we go again, y'all.
I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it.